Hi everyone, and welcome to this pick a card reading on the subject of blessings coming to you. I hope you're all doing well out there. We could all do with a few blessings. So just take your time, see which card you feel drawn to, which colour. We've got yellow, indigo and turquoise. And then click on the timestamp to find your reading. Okay, enjoy. Bye. Okay, so if you chose the yellow pile, your message overall is to purify your body. You've also got clairaudience. So it could be that after everything that's been happening, you need to have a little bit of a purification. Detoxify a little bit, focus on eating very healthily, maybe have a cleanse, do whatever you do to get yourself in the optimal state to receive inspiration, because it looks as if that's going to be quite an important theme for what's coming to you next. More clairaudience, more claircognizance, more spiritual awareness overall, more of an ability to tune in and to connect for yourself, to see and to feel and to sense what's happening for you and what should be the next move for you. So it looks as if what you really need next is more of that ability to tune in and receive guidance for yourself, and that's what's coming. It looks as if you've gone through a period recently of spiritual understanding, and you've had lots of things coming to you in an interesting form, lots of inspiration, lots of insights, lots of things that have guided you, little nudges, and you still question those sometimes. I feel as if you're being asked to really open up to trusting yourself a bit more, and one of the ways that you can do that is sometimes to get rid of any sort of food addictions or other addictions, anything highly toxic from your diet, and just really commit to making yourself a clearer channel. It doesn't have to be permanent, but try it for a couple of weeks, try it for 3 weeks, and just focus on making that your mission, because I feel that if you do that for a while, the blessings that are coming to you are an abundance of spiritual and creative gifts. I'm hearing spiritual and creative gifts, and a big opening in that respect. I feel some of you are asking how you can see your next steps more clearly, and asking how you can actually be more securely on your path, and how you can absolutely know that you're doing the right thing. And I feel that that is going to be one of the blessings that comes to you, that when you do this purification, you're going to hear much more from your guides. You're going to notice signs and synchronicities, little songs that you hear on the radio, things that people say in conversations, maybe ringing in the ears when your guides are giving you some sort of a download. So these things could already be happening. It could be that they've already started, but you're manifesting a much greater awareness because you've got claircognizance up here, which is where I think of, this is the position I think of as what you are about to manifest. So that's really coming in now, that knowing, that awareness, and that sense of being able to trust yourself and trust your inner guidance. I also feel, because you're moving into a phase now where you're going to start taking action, so that's great. So that's going to be a real blessing for you if you've been a bit stagnant recently, maybe because you've been questioning things too much, second guessing yourself, not trusting the path that you're on. You're going to have a series of awakenings and awarenesses and insights coming through that are going to actually spur you into taking action. And also you've got two cards that are talking about passion here. So you've got the Knight of Gabriel, which is saying it's time to take action and you know, live from your passion, trusting instinctively that you know absolutely what to do. And you've also got in your unconscious position, you're trying to reawaken your true passion within you, something that might have gotten lost somehow along the way because you've been feeling a bit confused or a bit hazy about things, or even a bit down, a bit sad about certain hold-ups, about things being the way they are just now. But it's time for that for you. You know, someone's showing me a picture of a fuse being lit. If you look at the picture as well, you can see she's holding this candle, she's holding this light. That's your inner light that you have to guide, you have to guard and protect fiercely, because that's who you really are. That's your inner light that's longing to come out and shine. So you've got some other cards here. know that you and your loved ones are safe. So some of you don't feel able to trust that everything's going to be all right somehow. You're just wondering about the future, maybe worrying a little bit about what's going to happen, worrying about friends or parents or even children. And just know that people are okay. And you know, if you're really, really worried, reach out and ask them and make sure they're okay. But don't let that be something that stops you from moving forward, because another blessing is going to be that you will start to feel a greater sense that people are okay, which will relieve you a little bit, relieve some of the pressure from you that stops you from just, you know, taking hold of the reins in your life and moving yourself ahead. So you've also got to have confidence. So confidence, more confidence is coming, and you're being asked to remember that, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Things don't have to happen overnight for them to be a success. It's really important for you to stay connected with what you love, what you're passionate about, and remember how to enjoy it in the moment, because when you're actually enjoying it in the moment, the time flies and you forget about, you know, what you were planning, what you were hoping to get from it, and you're just living it already. You can create a situation that convinces you that you're already living your dream just by immersing yourself in what you really love. And you can ask the angels, ask Archangel Michael to give you his strength, to give you his courage, to allow you to feel confident and peaceful, to allow you to just go forward. So this is another blessing that's coming in. Confidence that comes from knowing that people around you are safe. You've also got joy. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so it could be that there's been quite a long period of worry and concern about the future and confusion about your direction, and you've got much more of a potential for joy coming in the future, and you might not be able to see where that's coming from just yet, but I do feel that it seems connected to taking action. It's something that you need to take action with, that's going to help to shift things, to shift you into another reality and shift you into an awareness of opportunities. I feel there are opportunities around you that you're not seeing, or you're not allowing yourself to see, and you're not acting on just yet. But the time is coming when you will be able to see things more clearly, because you start to connect more with higher wisdom, higher guidance, and you start to realize what the other opportunities are around you that you just haven't been seeing. So it's not necessarily that there aren't choices and possibilities. It's just sometimes when our minds get clouded, we fall into limitation, and that limitation extends to the way that we see things. So we can distort things, or we can delete things, so that everything, our thinking, stays in alignment with the mood that we've chosen, or the mood that we've become addicted to or accustomed to. And this is about breaking out of that, because once you start, meditation will really help as well. Increasing your meditation. You might say, I'm already meditating, what more can I do? Increase the amount of meditation you do, and make notes on everything that you receive, because I feel that there are insights waiting to come through to you in meditation that will show you where there are opportunities that you're just not seeing, things that will bring you real joy in the future. So you're not seeing everything just yet. And then you've got ready, set, go. So you've got joy that comes from definitely taking action, definitely diving in. And I know it's you know, there's a lot happening at the moment. Well, these are timeless readings, so you could be watching this at any time, but take heart that things are only transitional. Everything is transitory. Everything that we're experiencing right now, the ups and downs, the stagnation, the sense that life, you know, might never return to normal, it's all transitory, and it will change. So be ready. So what I would say about this card is that the message is to stay ready, get ready, and then go as soon as you actually start to get these insights and start to get these inspirations. But I do feel that with having joy and ready, set, go, there definitely seems to be something that comes in unexpectedly, that gives you a reason to be happy, a reason to be really motivated again. But I do feel that it's something that you need to initiate. you need to at least start the process, and then allow yourself to be pleasantly surprised when it unexpectedly bears fruit. Because I feel you've sort of got doubts about whether you can actually achieve what you want to achieve, and you want to start by really plugging into yourself, making it a daily habit to connect with yourself, to meditate and ask for guidance and see what comes through. Alright, so you've also got consult an expert. So for some of you, you need more information before you actually go forward with what you're planning to do. You need to ask someone who's got more expertise. It could be anyone. It could be an advisor who has experience in that particular area. It could be a coach or a mentor. It could be someone who can help you, give you advice about finances. It could be someone who can give you advice about just about anything. Someone who's been down that path before, who understands how things work in the domain that you want to move into. I feel for some of you this means that the right advice and the right sort of guidance is coming in, that this is one of the blessings that you'll receive. Okay, so you've also got healing heart. So some of you, you're getting over a heartbreak at the moment, and that's another great thing that's going to happen, that's going to allow you to start moving forward. Because one of the reasons that you've had this cloudiness, this doubt, this upset in your thinking is because your heart has been affected. You know, there's something that's made you really sad. It could be the end of a partnership, a relationship, or it could just be a lot of pressure that you've been under, a lot of burdens, feeling responsible for people, feeling responsible for someone else's happiness, or just the way things are going, that you feel things have been going slowly for you. But bear in mind that sometimes when things go very slowly, it gives us an opportunity to delve deeper and to look into our hearts and connect and to heal things at a much deeper level than we're even aware of. So, you know, this could be stuff that you're healing from way in the past, and it could be that healing that is another one of the things that allows you to go forward in a much more solid and structured and long-lasting way in the future. So give yourself time to heal, give yourself time to let go of the past. You've also got time to move on. So if it is a heartbreak situation that you're moving away from, just know that it was meant to leave your life. Whatever you've lost was meant to leave your life, whether it's a person, whether it's an aspect of a career that you were holding on to, whether it's a series of experiences or a time, a particular period in your life, a group that you belonged to, or particular aims and dreams that you had that you're now discovering don't quite fit with who you are anymore. Whatever it was, allow yourself to heal and to get over the heartbreak of it, and to understand that your instinct is right about all of this. And you know, this is right next to your card of spiritual understanding, so it could be that because you had a deeper awareness and understanding of yourself and your spiritual needs and your spiritual presence on this earth, you've had to let go of things that are not in alignment with that. Things, people, places, situations that just don't get who you've become, who you've transformed into, and what your desires and motivations are now. And it's absolutely right that you should hold space for something that can be a vessel, a container for who you really are and what you're really hoping to achieve. So that's another blessing that's coming, that you will realise that you've made the right decision about letting go of something recently. You've also got the Five of Raphael. You've got everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. So that's just perfect. So this really is an indication that what you've let go of is freeing you up to allow in what you really deserve and what's really there for your highest good. Something much better, something that suits you much more, something that's who you really are, that's in alignment with who you really are, and something that will bring you this joy. Your last card, you've got acceptance, which shows that if you've been having a really tough time accepting something that ended in the past, if you've had real difficulties, you know, moving on and accepting this change, a big change for some people in your life, you will actually come to a place of peace about it. You will begin to accept it. You will find, and I do feel that for some of you, there is a joy, there is something new that comes in that helps you to accept it. So it's a bit of a cheat in a way, because sometimes you feel as if the universe demands that you accept something and you move on, and then you're sort of rewarded by something better, but you have to do the letting go before something else can come in. But I get a feeling with this spread that something really lovely is going to come in, and that's going to allow you to let go. So you're going to get a bit of a helping hand, a bit of a boost. It could just be you have renewed confidence in yourself, renewed confidence in your career and your direction, and that helps you to say, oh, hold on a second, I am actually capable of much more. And you know, the new experiences, the new output, the new direction starts to bring better things into your life, things that are more suited to who you really are and the journey that you really want to go on. So that's it for you, group number 1, the yellow group. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll speak again soon. Bye. I hope you enjoyed that, and let's move on to group number 2. Okay, group number 2, Indigo group. You've got the overall message of improving your vision. So improving your vision can mean developing your third eye, opening your psychic vision, your psychic awareness, opening up to that much more. But it can also be you're expanding your vision regarding your plans, regarding what you dream of for the future, regarding what you want to create, what you may have wanted to create this year or in the last few months that hasn't come about. So extending your vision beyond the present moment and being able to take a longer term view. That's another meaning that seems really powerful in this reading. So that's one of the blessings coming to you, that you're going to start to see things very differently very soon. You're going to start to realise that you don't have to get everything done immediately, that you actually might be better off thinking in terms of a 1-year plan or a 5-year plan, rather than thinking in terms of this is what I thought I'd be able to do in the next couple of months. So opening up to that, expanding your vision and also your sensitivity. You need to trust your sensitivity. So, in other words, stay away from situations that don't serve your highest good at this time. Stay away from situations that make you feel unhappy or uncomfortable. Use your inner vision to see those much more clearly as well, and use your strength to walk away from them, because I feel you have a sense around you at the moment, in this spread particularly, that you will start to have the courage to walk away from situations that are not for your highest good. And that's been a challenge for you. I feel that you've sometimes lingered in situations to please other people, or because it just felt, too awkward to walk away or to make changes. And I feel that another one of the blessings coming to you is that you're going to start to not only expand your vision about your dreams and what's still possible for you, but you're also going to start being able to see people much more clearly, and that's going to help you to know what to do about certain relationships. You've also got a lot of comfort coming in from the angels. You've got the card of comfort, Archangel Azrael, saying, I'm with you in your time of need, helping you to heal, helping your heart to heal. So that's another blessing that's going to be coming to you, that I feel you're going to be able to feel wrapped up in angelic love. I'm just seeing this soft blanket of feathers and angel wings, and you're going to feel that sense much more. So if you've been trying to get over something, trying to get over the loss of someone, because Archangel Azrael is quite often connected to transitions into, our next phase of experience. And so, sorry, there's a really weird knocking noise coming from somewhere. Anyway, which is really interesting as well. Anyway, yes, so this is something else that's coming to you, that you are going to start the healing process, and your sense of humour is going to start coming back. I feel that with this group, because we've got sense of humour here and we've got comfort here and sensitivity here, you might have found it a bit difficult to laugh recently, and might just be, you know, the times that we're living through. But I just feel that you're going to find it a little bit easier to relax now. You're going to find it a bit easier to just, you know, have some fun and smile again, and feel that some of the pressures that you've been under are beginning to move away. It feels as if you had some really good plans together at some point. Things were really clear. They looked really clear for the future. You felt really comfortable, really good about the direction, and you know, you knew exactly what you were going to do. And then it didn't quite work out that way. And I feel that this is also something that has made you feel much more sensitive, much more introspective, and much more in need of comfort, in need of guidance. But you are being encouraged to keep that sense of humour. Keep that sense of humour about everything, because things can look very, very different almost in the blink of an eye. You know, things can transform at a moment's notice. And one of the blessings coming through for you is that you are going to start to see that. You are going to start to see the absurdity of things, of how fragile things can be, but also how funny life can be, you know, and funny ha-ha. And I think that's going to help to lift your spirits enormously. So some fun times coming in as well, which is going to be great. And that could just be through conversations, it could be through things that you watch, you know, it could be just through a general opening up of your life and opening up of your heart, getting out of your shell. So some of you have been a bit, you know, inward looking, and it's time to get out of your shell and have some fun. Okay. Innocence. So you're being reminded to just come back to that place of innocence when you knew exactly what you wanted to do and why you wanted to do it, and it was about pure love. It wasn't about making plans. It wasn't about structuring it. It wasn't about thinking, right, if I do this, this and this, then by the time I get to the 6-month period, this and this should have happened, in which case I can move on to phase 2 of my plan, and then this and this will happen, and 6 months from now, blah, blah, blah. It's about just softening into the tides and the rhythms of what's actually happening and what must naturally pass through your life, through you. And I feel that you're going to find that a lot easier to do, and you're going to start to find innocent pleasure in a lot more things than you were able to before, when you were very, very focused on pushing ahead and achieving and making this happen and making that happen. And it's really about the qualities of pure love and light within us all. Pure love and light of the angels, the pure love and light of the Creator, just that lights you up for no apparent reason, no reason whatsoever. Then you've just heard a great piece of music, or you've just seen a beautiful sunset, or you've just, you know, indulged yourself in one of your creative passions or hobbies that you absolutely love to do, without thinking, oh, this is the thing that's going to make me into this or that, or achieve this or receive this or get that. It's just the pure, you need to come back to a place of pure love of what you do, and pure love in your encounters as well. You know, when you connect with people, when you smile at people, when you're out, you know, really make an effort to inject your presence on the world, your essence, your spirit, your purity. And that's another wonderful thing that's going to be coming through, that you will feel a greater sense of innocence, an innocent happiness in small things, tranquility. You also need to have a little bit of time, peaceful time, quiet time to soak in the tub, or, you know, whatever that the equivalent is for you. Time to relax, time to just, you know, get out in the garden and repot some of those plants that you've wanted to, or just go and, you know, hang out with somebody that you really like. Just spend time doing something that's really relaxing and enjoyable. Read a book that you've been meaning to read forever. Just do something that's just for you, that's just uplifting. And if you do get together with people, then, you know, let it be people who really do amplify that sense of peace in your life, because I feel that's something else that's coming to you. You've got innocence, sense of humour and tranquility. This is all about re-establishing peace and balance in your life. So the big blessing coming for you, this group, I feel, is that you're going to be able to exhale and smile again, and maybe even have a few laughs, which is amazing. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but right now I feel for some people this is absolutely going to be a huge big deal, maybe for all of us, but this is timeless, so you might not be reading it at the time of the you know what. Anyway, let's see what else you've got. Waves of prosperity. So out of this period of giving yourself time to reflect, time to laugh, time to go back to that innocence, that's where your abundance and prosperity will come from. Because what's blocking it at the moment is that you're trying to think it through with your head, but the answer is there in your heart. The solutions are there in your unconscious mind, or coming through the path of inspiration from your guides and from the angels. And if you're caught up in doing stuff, in putting yourself in situations that harm you or that don't feel right energetically, all of that is blocking your channel. And when you relax and allow things to settle within you, and you know, it's always when you're having fun, isn't it, when you're having a good laugh, when you're just forgetting about things, or you take a complete day off, that the answers start to come. You know, there are really successful people out there who will take a whole week off for thinking once a year, just a whole week off, and it sort of feels like that's a blessing that's coming to you, that you're going to give yourself some time just to think things through, and it's going to give you the answers you're looking for. You've also got the Ace of Gabriel, which is the Ace of Wands, so a new creative beginning is coming for you. New creative beginning coming from your passions, coming from doing things that you love, opportunities to do more of what you love, and to receive abundance and prosperity for doing what you love. And all of that comes from this period of giving yourself time to relax and relax your energy as well. Your vibration needs to be in the right place for you to receive the inspiration and to attract what you're looking for, and start putting the feelers out for opportunities to express yourself creatively, for opportunities to live from your passion and to receive abundance from it. Sit down, take a day off to think and do some brainstorming, and then you've got leap of faith. So then you will be taking action at some point. There's something that's going to be coming to you that's going to be like a whole new beginning. You're going to need to believe in yourself in order to take this leap. You're going to have to really trust that you're capable of doing what's offered to you. I feel that this could come as a big surprise for some of you. It could be something that you've applied for, or that you've reached out to, you know, a while ago, and you've forgotten about it, given up on it, you've been waiting to hear back, but you've sort of put it to the back of your mind, and then it's going to be like, oh, I really didn't expect to hear from that person. I really didn't expect to hear about that particular possibility, and then suddenly there it is. You've also got perspective, so there's a better way. And what this is saying, it's talking about the way that you are at the moment, because this is had to go into the past position, the past and the present. And it's saying, you know, there is a better way for you to be thinking and being than you are right now. Try not to see things in a limited way. Try not to see everything that you're doing right now as a compromise to get something that you need, or to satisfy your most basic of needs. I feel that you're going to get a big surprise, but even while you're in a place of, you know, putting the feelers out for something better, keep your perspective really positive. Keep an eye on what your thinking is like, and go back to this place of innocence where there's always something for you to enjoy. It doesn't always have to be about pushing ahead. I know very few people who enjoy the act of just pushing and pushing and pushing for something to happen. It's about the activity that you're doing. That's what's really important, and I feel that this is again where your perspective comes in. But you're also being told to be different. It's okay to be different. Don't try to do everything the established way. You don't have to do things the way that other people have done them. And I feel another blessing for you is that you are going to start to see yourself very differently, and you are going to start to accept yourself as you are. You're going to start to value and appreciate your differentness, your uniqueness, your gifts, and that's going to help you to have the confidence to go after and to leap on these opportunities and experiences when they come along. So you've got two more cards. You've got discovery. So you're about to really discover who you are. You're about to discover who you are, and you're about to let go of the ghosts of the past that you've been hanging on to, or that have been hanging on to you for far too long. There's a part of you that is looking back on the past, thinking that there's something there for you, something you've missed out on, something you've made a mistake over, something that could turn out okay if you just give it a bit longer, if you just give it another chance, or if you just try seeing it from another perspective. But that's not where you need to be shifting your perspective. Your perspective needs to be shifting towards yourself, towards seeing yourself as you are, accepting yourself fully as you are, and not holding on to situations that can't accept you as you are, letting go of everything that makes you feel small, and discovering just how expansive and how huge you can be, how much you can expand beyond your current mindset about who you are, beyond your expectations about what you can do and what you can become. But again, it comes from a place of real innocence, and moving away from things, situations and people who are caught up in that mindset of pushing and pushing and pushing. You don't have to push. You never did have to. You always had within you all the gifts, all the talents, all the goodies that maybe not everyone had, and they had to push a lot harder, but you just didn't see yourself accurately, and their way of seeing themselves became your way of seeing yourself. It was like a kind of infection. You picked up a way of seeing yourself as very small, but you never were that. So this is also about coming back to who you were before things got a little bit cloudy, before your vision was clouded, okay? Before your eyes were covered over. Let the scales fall. Let yourself see things as they really are. Let yourself see yourself as you really are, and leap into these incredible opportunities that are coming. I think for this group, there's something life-changing on the way, and you know, it's going to be amazing when it comes. Perfection is your last card. Stop being so hard on yourself. You are not able to see yourself as others see you at this time. You have much more to offer, much more to give, and you are much more within yourself than you believe. So let down some of the barriers, you know, open up and let people in, let people help you, let people work with you, let yourself work with people. It doesn't matter if you lost your way for a while. It doesn't matter if what you're working on isn't absolutely up to scratch yet in your eyes. It's quite possible that if you need to improve your vision, things never will be up to scratch in your eyes, because you have a faulty perception of yourself, is the way that it appears. So try to consciously work on letting things be almost ready, or pretty good, or good enough, and then allow life and its influence and the influence of working with others to help you to see where you need to make corrections, rather than keeping, you know, all your dusty manuscripts in a drawer, or your beautiful song in your heart, or you know, whatever it is that you're longing to give to the world. Stop, you know, get those ideas out, get them out, take that leap of faith, trust yourself, trust that the parachute will open on the way down. You know, you're ready. When this comes along, I feel for some of you, you're going to get an opportunity offered to you that you don't know whether you're ready for yet. You don't know whether you've got the skills. It could be that you know, in a moment of fancy and impulse, you just applied for something and thought, oh, I'm never going to hear about this, and you the blessing is that you might just hear about it, and you might just get it, and you're going to have to just learn on your feet. And please, please, please take the opportunity when it comes, and you know, the parachute will open. It will be there, because it's not about circumstances or getting lucky. It's about you just saying, yes, I believe in myself, I believe I can learn on my feet, and I believe that when this happens, this opportunity, I can do it. I'm more than capable. I'm more than capable. Okay, Okay, that's it, group number 2. Hope you enjoyed your reading, and now let's get on to group number 3. Okay, group number 3, who chose the turquoise. Your overall message is awaken your empathy. And you've also got pay attention crossing that. Notice repetitive signs and inner guidance. Okay, so the inner guidance that you're receiving at the moment, you're not really listening to. It's really important that you do start listening, because, and this is one of the reasons that you need to awaken your empathy. This seems to be a theme actually today, that you need to develop your empathy, develop your awareness, develop your sensitivity, so that you can see what your angels and guides are giving to you. And for some of you, this is going to be the blessing that's coming to you next, that you're going to start to open up, you're going to start to give yourself time to reflect, give yourself time to see what's happening. For this group, I feel there's something waiting to happen, and you need to really clear your space to allow it to come in. It could be that you need to downsize some of your possessions, you need to get rid of some clutter, you need to start moving things around in preparation for a move or something like that. So for this group, it feels as if it could be one of the blessings coming for you could be a move, but it feels as if you do need to move some of your things around. It's like there are old things you need to get rid of. There are things that seem to be cluttering up your space energetically, not just physically, and you know, you will clear your vibration when you start to clear those things. So that's one of the blessings coming for you. A possible move, if that's what you're looking for. It could be just if you move things around a bit in your space, that you start to get a lot clearer about what you want to do. So there's energy shifting, and there's energy waiting to shift, to change things for you in a big way. So you've also got, you've had a lot of challenges recently, this group. We've got the 5 of Gabriel, the 5 of Wands, that would be. So, and you're being asked to just be very patient with yourself. Be very, very patient, because there's been a lot going on. You've had a lot to deal with. So don't expect to be able to just rush into things and just make things happen the way that you want to. Give yourself time, give yourself space. You've had to really stop and slow down and rest, because it's either that you were getting stressed about things, and all the pressure was building up inside you, or you were actually physically involved in a lot of activity and you needed to rest. But for some reason you've needed to slow down, rest, and give yourself time to recover from the battlefield, to recover from something, because you just couldn't keep going on the way that you were going. And so you're moving into a time now where you're being asked to just let go of the worry, to let your angels and guides help you a little bit, and to allow yourself to just receive a lot more. There is a need for you to change something about your space, and you know, just be open to that. Just be open to that. Let's see what else we've got. Okay, we've got the 5 of Ariel. You do need to trust that you're going to be okay, that you're going to be taken care of, because you've got, yes, this group, it seems that you've got some challenges that you've been through. You know, I'm just going to say it the way that it seems. You've had a lot to deal with. You've had a lot to deal with in terms of emotional pressure and stress and work stuff and finances and things of that nature. And you're being asked to trust your inner guidance, because that is the big blessing that's coming to you, that you're going to be able to tune in and start to get some answers to how to solve your problems. But you know, the problems that you've had in the past, because I do see them moving away, so I'm not going to say, you know, reinforce them as your problems. They are the issues that you've had in the past, that you've had to deal with recently, which are currently moving away. Okay, so let's just see what else you've got. Use your imagination and you'll see the answer. So this period of reflection that you've had, this period of rest that you've had, it should have already given you some answers, but I do feel that there's more to come. And it's all about your life purpose. It's all about getting on to your life purpose. So for some of you, a lot of the upheaval that you've experienced recently has been as a result of you not really being totally directed in the absolute optimal way for you to fulfill your life's mission. And that doesn't mean that you haven't been doing things that are valuable or valid or useful or amazing even. It just means that this feels like a turning point. This has been a point of evaluation, a chance for you to look at things and to ask yourself, well, what do I need to do then? What do I need to change? How do I need to change? What things do I need to move around? Which is why I keep getting with this pile, this sense of movement, this sense of really needing to move things around in your physical reality to help you to get clarity about your life path reality. You know, about your inner reality, even your energetic reality, your sense of purpose. So, and keep developing your empathy, because I feel some of you are healers, some of you are able to work with energy, and that's why I'm feeling the energy moving around. So one of the blessings coming to you will be that you will start to work with energy yourself, and you will start to use it to clear the energy from your space that doesn't serve you, to clear the energy from within you that doesn't serve you, and to just really get clear about what your life purpose is and what direction you need to move in next. You've got destiny. Okay, so you know on some level already what you're here to do, what your destiny is, what your path is, and yet you've been denying it, you've been denying yourself. I feel that in this period you're going to start to allow yourself to see it. You're going to start to allow yourself to accept that what you want could actually be for you. That it could actually be okay for you to have what you want, to be who you came here to be, and to fulfill yourself in the unique and perfect way that actually makes you not only feel that you're of service to the world, but also feel happy. Something that you can actually really enjoy. It feels as if it's been a while since you've allowed yourself to see that that is actually a possibility for you, and it's coming back. You're being asked to take a risk. You're being asked to dare to have your life the way that you really want it to be. You're being asked to dare to believe that it's possible, and that's what's coming in for you. And when you do that, the daring is what's coming in for you. But when you do, because almost all the other options seem to be closing down around you. They've either caused you conflict, or they've exhausted you, or they've confused you, or they've caused worry. You know, staying up at night worrying about how it's going to work out, whether this is going to be right, whether this person's okay, whether this is, you know, what should I do about him or her. But this destiny, this sense of being daring, this is where your peace starts to come from. And what happens when you allow yourself to move towards that is that you will start to see that the tools will begin to manifest at the right time, that will show you that actually this is what you, I'm not going to say should, because you learn from everything. This is what you could have been doing all along. That's going to bring you the happiness and the peace and the satisfaction that you're looking for. I mean, it couldn't be much clearer, could it? Destiny, clear your space for something new that will allow you to fulfill your life's purpose. You've got grief, okay, so there's a lot of sadness that you've been passing through. And I feel that for some of you, you know, all of the conflict that's happened around either career or lack of direction, lack of focus, maybe even inharmonious situations at work or even in your home that haven't supported you, that have made you feel a bit at a loss regarding going forward. It's time for you to just do the grieving over those things and draw a line under them. It's as if you've put a lot of investment into something. You've put a lot of investment, a lot of time and a lot of love, yes, love into something. And it's time for you to accept that things don't always work out the way that we want them to. And that doesn't mean that they were wrong necessarily, but we do have to grieve them and let them go when we know that they're absolutely not for our highest good, or in terms of work, in our highest and best interest. So you deserve to be valued. You deserve to be valued for the work that you do. You deserve to be able to let go of situations, people and things that don't value you, that don't support you in the way that you deserve to be supported, and that don't allow you to be yourself and to grow. It's time for you to honour your feelings, honour your pain, you know, let yourself feel it, let yourself acknowledge it, rather than covering it over, pretending it's not happening and then going back in for another round in the ring. Just acknowledge it, see it, you know, spend a couple of days crying over it, do what you need to do, have a pyjama day, and, you know, have all your comfort things around you, and ask the angels for courage, and just allow yourself to turn that corner emotionally. Allow yourself to see it for what it is. Allow yourself to grieve and let it go. And I do feel that that is the gift that leads you. Look at the way these two have appeared together. That's the gift that's going to lead you to your destiny. Okay? And that's your blessing. That's the blessing. The blessing of this whole reading is really that you finally allow yourself to see that you deserve your destiny, to see that you deserve it. You not only deserve it, but you need to fulfill it. You need to fulfill that purpose. Otherwise, all these conflicts and all these difficult things, conflicting situations and traumas and worries and anxieties, they come when we're not on our path, when we're not living at our highest. Okay, you've got two more. Gifts from God. That's just so perfect. You have so many gifts. You are so gifted. Everyone around you knows how gifted you are. Some part of you knows how gifted you are. Stop selling yourself short. Stop playing small. It's time for you to show the world those gifts. It's time for you to share those gifts with the world, because the world needs them at this time. Okay, and that's another one of the blessings coming for you, that you will have opportunities to step into your purpose and to share your gifts with the world. Ask the angels for help. They will give you more gifts, and they will give you help and support in sharing your gifts. Oh, wonderful. And your final card for this one, that another blessing that's coming to you soon is a helpful person. There's someone around you who already wants to help you. Figure out who that is, or should I say, let yourself see who that is and allow them to help you. One of the things about grief is that we can be so hung up on the sadness of letting go of what's passing that we can't see what's there waiting to come in, and we're so caught up on letting go of all the things that didn't support us, that didn't help us, that we can't see the things that do want to support us, the people and things and situations that do want to support us, that do want to help us. And it can be maddeningly difficult to turn away when you've invested so much heart, so much soul, so much love into something. But there's something else that's much lighter, that's really looking here, looking to you, wanting to help you, wanting you to just get in touch, or, you know, just initiate contact and take a couple of steps forward. And that could actually change everything, because it could be that you can collaborate with someone, that you can work with someone to help your dream to come a bit closer, a bit more quickly. It could just be someone who wants to guide you a little bit, help you a little bit, or offer you some sort of support. It could be a body, a government body, or a company or something that you want to partner with, or that you want to receive funding from. There's something there that's going to help you to let go of this small thinking, and it's going to just give you a hand. There's like a hand reaching out to pull you in. For some of you, it will be a group of people. It might be a friendship group. It might be a collaborative group. It might be a sort of collaborative group effort. It might be that you get to just partner with someone. But I feel this is something you're already aware of. You could already know of someone who actually really wants to work with you, but you're just refusing to see it. And now's the time to just be a little bit more open, because that's a blessing that's coming in. That's something that's there to help you. And if you can't think of anyone at all, then talk to your guides, talk to your angels, because they are always there for you, and they can help you much more than you think they can. Okay, that's it, group number 3. I hope you enjoyed that. All the details are below if you'd like to contact me. Take care. Bye.